All 8 species of bears ranked by how powerful they are. What is the most powerful bear alive today? Is the grizzly bear really as terrifying as everyone says? Or is there something out there in the wild that is even scarier? And what about those cute little bears that most people never think about? Are they actually dangerous? There are 8 species of bears living on this planet right now. They range from massive Arctic hunters that can weigh over 1,700 pounds, 770 kilograms, to tiny jungle climbers that most people have never even heard of. And while every single one of them is stronger than you might expect, they are not equal, not even close. Today we are ranking all 8 species from the most powerful to the least powerful, looking at bite force, body strength, claws, size, and the kind of raw physical ability that separates a top predator from the rest of the pack, or in this case, the rest of the forest. One important thing before we dive in: when we say powerful, we are not just talking about who would win in a fight. We are talking about total physical capability, strength, bite force, endurance, and the tools each bear has evolved to survive and dominate its environment. Let's get into it. Number 1. Polar bear. The king of the north. The undisputed heavyweight champion of the bear world. The polar bear takes the top spot, and it is not even a close race. Adult male polar bears weigh anywhere between 775 and 1,700 pounds, 350 to 770 kilograms. The largest one ever recorded tipped the scales at a jaw-dropping 2,200 pounds, 997 kilograms. Standing on their hind legs, they can reach nearly 10 feet, 3 meters tall. That is taller than a standard ceiling in most homes, which is a thought that should keep anyone up at night. Their bite force is estimated to exceed 1,200 psi. That is nearly 2 times the bite force of a lion, and strong enough to crush the thick skull of a seal with a single snap. Their forelimbs are the strongest of any bear species, built specifically for 2 jobs: smashing through ice that is up to 3 feet thick, and dragging prey that can weigh nearly 1,000 pounds, 450 kilograms, right out of the freezing Arctic water. Their paws alone are up to 12 inches, 30 centimeters wide, about the size of a dinner plate, and a single swipe is powerful enough to kill a seal on contact. Not injure it, kill it. What makes polar bears stand apart from every other bear is that they are the only species that actively hunts humans as prey. Every other bear attacks out of surprise, fear, or defense. The polar bear looks at a human and sees a meal. That alone tells you everything you need to know about where this animal sits in the food chain. They are also incredible swimmers, capable of covering over 60 miles of open ocean without stopping. They are apex predators in one of the harshest environments on Earth. No natural predators, no real competition. Just pure, cold, calculated power. Number 2. Brown bear. The brown bear is the most widespread bear species on the planet, found across North America, Europe, and Asia. And within this species, you have some serious heavyweights, none more famous than the grizzly bear and the Kodiak bear, both of which are subspecies of Ursus arctos. Kodiak bears, found only on the islands of the Kodiak archipelago in Alaska, are the largest of the brown bear subspecies and rival polar bears in sheer mass. Some Kodiak males top 1,500 pounds, 680 kilograms. Their bite force is estimated at around 1,100 psi, just below the polar bears, and they are powerful enough to flip boulders weighing 1,500 pounds, 680 kilograms, while searching for food underneath. The grizzly bear, on the other hand, is the most feared bear in North America, and for very good reason. That distinctive shoulder hump you see on a grizzly is not fat. It is pure muscle, a massive structure of dense muscle tissue that powers their digging and gives their forearms extraordinary force. A fully grown grizzly can lift around 500 pounds, 226 kilograms, with one paw. According to the BBC's Science Focus, a grizzly bear has the strength of 5 strong humans combined. Their claws grow up to 4 inches, 10 centimeters long, and are built for digging. They can excavate a burrow in minutes, rip through solid logs, and tear up the ground, chasing rodents at impressive speed. They can run up to 35 miles per hour, 56 kilometers per hour in short bursts, which is faster than the world's fastest human sprinter. Grizzlies are responsible for the vast majority of bear attacks in North America, with roughly 46 attacks per year in the United States alone. The grizzly bear has no natural predators. Number 3. Asian black bear. You might know this one by its other name, the moon bear, named for that crescent-shaped white patch on its chest. It looks almost decorative, like someone stamped a logo on a very dangerous animal. The Asian black bear weighs in at roughly 200 to 440 pounds, 90 to 200 kilograms, and lives across a wide range of habitats, from the Himalayas to Japan and southern China. It is a medium-sized bear by global standards, but do not let that fool you. Its bite force is estimated at around 700 psi, which it uses to crack open tough nuts and thick bamboo that most other animals cannot even make a dent in. Asian black bears are also known to be expert honey thieves, capable of tearing apart thick wooden hive structures with their forepaws. Their climbing skills are legendary, even among bears. Documented cases have shown them scaling surfaces that would genuinely challenge an experienced human rock climber. What earns this bear the number 3 spot is the combination of solid raw strength, aggressive temperament, and a very high rate of attacks on humans. Globally, the Asian black bear is actually responsible for more bear attacks on people than any other species in the world. It does not back down easily, and it is not particularly shy. They have also been recorded fighting off other predators, including wolves and large cats in their range. Not a bear you would want to surprise in a forest. Number 4. American black bear. This is the bear most people in North America are most likely to actually encounter, and that familiarity can sometimes lead to underestimating just how powerful this animal is. Do not make that mistake. American black bears range from 200 to 600 pounds, 90 to 270 kilograms, with some large males pushing closer to 800 pounds, 360 kilograms. They have a bite force of around 650 to 800 psi, depending on the individual, strong enough to crunch through bone and strip a deer carcass clean. What makes them particularly impressive is their strength-to-weight ratio. Research has shown that American black bears can pull and drag loads up to 2 or 3 times their own body weight. An average-sized individual can move objects well over 1,000 pounds, 450 kilograms. These bears have also been well documented bending open car doors and prying off windshields to get at food inside vehicles. If a black bear wants into your car, it is getting into your car. They are exceptional climbers, able to scale a 100-foot, 30-meter tree in under 30 seconds. Their fast-twitch muscle fibers also give them explosive short bursts of speed, 35 miles per hour, 56 kilometers per hour, which puts them in the same speed category as the much larger grizzly. The American black bear sits at number 4, mostly because of its smaller average size compared to the brown bear and Asian black bear. But in terms of muscle efficiency and raw capability relative to its weight, it punches well above its class. Number 5. Sloth bear. Here is where things start to get a bit unusual. The sloth bear does not look like a killing machine. It looks like someone crossed a bear with a mop. Shaggy, disheveled, with a long snout that it uses to hoover up termites and ants like a vacuum cleaner. But this bear has a serious reputation. Found across India and Sri Lanka, sloth bears have something most bears do not: a deeply aggressive disposition toward humans, even without much provocation. In a study published in 2000, researchers documented 735 sloth bear attacks on humans in the state of Madhya Pradesh, India alone, over just 5 years, with 48 of those attacks being fatal. That is a serious number for a mid-sized bear that weighs around 200 to 310 pounds, 90 to 140 kilograms. Their front claws are around 3 inches, 7.6 centimeters long, and designed for one thing: ripping apart rock-hard termite mounds. Those same claws tear through flesh just as easily. Their forearm strength is exceptional, able to demolish a termite colony buried in concrete hard earth in seconds. Even more impressive is the fact that sloth bears have been documented fighting off tigers, not running from them, actually engaging them and forcing them to retreat. That says a lot about the kind of raw aggression and physical toughness packed into this shaggy termite-eating package. Their bite force of around 650 psi is slightly below the American black bear, and they are lighter overall, which is why they come in at number 5. But in terms of danger per pound, the sloth bear might actually be one of the scariest animals on this list. Number 6. Sun bear. Now here is the one that genuinely surprises people. The sun bear is the smallest bear species on Earth. Adults weigh between 55 and 143 pounds, 25 to 65 kilograms, and yet it might be the most powerful animal on this list relative to its body size. Let that sink in. This little bear from the tropical forests of Southeast Asia, about the size of a large dog, has a bite force quotient which measures bite force relative to body mass that is higher than any other bear. A sun bear can generate a maximum bite force of over 1900 newtons at the rear molar, according to measurements documented in scientific literature. That is an extraordinary amount of force coming from something that small. The San Diego Zoo describes the sun bear's jaw structure and surrounding muscles as providing a powerful bite force that it uses specifically for tearing into tropical hardwood trees to reach insects and honey inside. It can open a coconut with its bare paws. It has been documented ripping apart metal food containers at wildlife sanctuaries. Their claws are disproportionately large for their size, about 4 inches long, comparable to those of a brown bear, and their forearms are packed with dense muscle. According to the International Association for Bear Research and Management, their claw and jaw structure gives them phenomenal strength relative to their body size. The only reason the sun bear does not rank higher is raw size. You simply cannot outmuscle a grizzly. But pound for pound, the sun bear is one of nature's most underrated powerhouses. Number 7. Giant panda. Yes, the giant panda is on this list. And yes, it is stronger than most people give it credit for. The problem is that people see those big round ears, the black and white pattern, and the slow roly-poly way a panda moves around a bamboo forest, and they assume it is basically a stuffed animal that somehow got loose. It is not. A giant panda is a bear, a real bear. It weighs between 150 and 280 pounds, 68 to 127 kilograms, with some large males approaching 350 pounds, 160 kilograms, and its jaws are genuinely extraordinary. The giant panda has one of the highest raw bite force measurements of any bear, with a Newton value of around 1.299, which is more than a grizzly bear's raw jaw output, though the grizzly wins on overall body strength. That jaw power exists for a very specific reason: bamboo. Pandas eat between 26 to 80 pounds, 12 to 36 kilograms of bamboo every single day. Bamboo is dense, fibrous, and hard. It takes serious jaw strength and endurance to process that volume of food day after day. The panda's wide, flat molars and thick jaw muscles are built around this diet, and they do the job very, very well. The giant panda also has a modified wrist bone that functions somewhat like a thumb, giving it a strong gripping ability used to manipulate bamboo stalks. Their neck muscles are notably developed, giving them the ability to generate surprising force even from a resting position. As Discover Wildlife notes, a panda's paws can deliver a swipe powerful enough to lay out a heavyweight boxer. There have been recorded incidents of pandas seriously injuring people who got too close at zoos, usually not out of aggression, but just out of being, a bear. So why is it at number 7? Because despite having impressive jaws and reasonable body strength, the giant panda's overall physical capability is limited by its slow metabolism, its near-exclusive bamboo diet, and its general preference for doing as little as possible. Evolution shaped this animal for efficient eating, not for fighting. The tools are there, the motivation is not. Number 8. Spectacled bear. Last on our list, but by no means harmless, meet the spectacled bear, the only bear species native to South America, found living in the Andes Mountains from Venezuela down to Bolivia. This is also, if you want to get nostalgic about it, the real-world inspiration for Paddington Bear, the actual Paddington from Peru. Spectacled bears get their name from the distinctive cream or white markings around their eyes that look like a pair of glasses. And honestly, the name suits them because they are the most laid-back, least confrontational bear on this list. In terms of raw bite force, the spectacled bear has the lowest numbers of all 8 species, with a Newton value of around 795 and a bite force quotient of just 59.9, the weakest relative bite of any living bear. They weigh between 175 and 400 pounds, 80 to 180 kilograms, making them a medium-sized bear, but their overall muscle density and raw power output rank below the other species. Their diet is primarily fruit, bromeliads, and other plant material, with the occasional small animal. They spend a lot of their time in trees, which they climb well, and they generally go out of their way to avoid humans. According to Discover Wildlife, there has been only one recorded death ever attributed to a spectacled bear, and even that case involved an already injured animal that had been shot by a hunter. That tells you something important. This bear is not particularly dangerous, and it is not built for combat or dominance in the way the bears above it on this list are. It is also short-sighted and has limited hearing, which makes it the least likely bear to cause trouble during a wilderness encounter. To be fair, if a spectacled bear decided it really wanted to hurt you, it absolutely could. It is still a bear. It can still run you down, climb after you, and bite hard enough to do serious damage. But as bears go, this one drew the short straw in the power department. So there you have it. From the polar bear's crushing Arctic dominance at the top to the Paddington-inspired spectacled bear at the bottom, every single one of these animals is a reminder of just how extraordinary the bear family really is. What makes this ranking fascinating is that raw size alone does not tell the full story. The sun bear, a 100-pound animal from a Southeast Asian jungle, has a stronger bite relative to its body than almost any other land predator. The sloth bear, despite looking like it belongs in a shampoo commercial, will go toe-to-toe with a tiger without flinching. The giant panda, which the whole world treats like a stuffed toy, can snap bamboo thicker than your wrist, and his jaws that could ruin anyone's afternoon. Bears are not just powerful, they are diverse. They have evolved to dominate everything from the Arctic ice sheet to the Amazon basin, from Himalayan mountain forests to South American cloud forests. Each of these 8 species is perfectly adapted to its own environment, and within that environment, each one sits firmly at the top. The next time you see a bear in a wildlife documentary, at a distance in the mountains, or in a zoo enclosure, take a second to really look at it. Because behind every fluffy bear photo and every cute viral video is one of the most finely tuned physical machines evolution has ever produced.
Then there is the American West eating bear, known to consume its own weight in food a day. Although slow-moving and prefers sleep, it's seen in rare occasions outside the home.